My name is Randy Klein, and I am the Master of Ceremonies for life in this event, and it's a lot of fun for me to do it. Before doing the player introductions, I would like to express on behalf of the Cambridge Club and the Supreme Squash Council our sincere appreciation to our title sponsor, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Robert Keane, and David Ricciardelli. And could these guys just show a hand? Robert, David? Just in case you didn't know. Our presenting sponsor, Cooper Mediation, Vance Cooper, and the Sheraton Hotel, David Connor. The following gold sponsors, David Taylor of Taylor Asset Management, Scott Bannon of Island Writing Instruments, Earl McMaster of Edgecrest Capital, Joe Mercurio of L'Expresso Bar Mercurio, David Morris of the Morris Group, and Nick Neary, my old student Nick Neary, with Polo Securities, and Brian Clark, orthodontist. And now to the players. He is known as the Colombian Cannonball. He's probably got the quickest pair of feet on the PSA Tour. A meteoric rise over the last 5 or 6 months, culminating in a very prestigious victory in the Motor City Open. He is known as Miguel Angel Rodriguez. Miguel, welcome. And the world squash community calls him the maestro. We call him a legend. He is a 4-time World Open champion and a former #1 player in the world. He is Mr. Amer Shabana from Toronto. Amer. Over to Mr. Wayne Smith, our referee for this evening. And gentlemen, one more housekeeping note. There is a party tonight in the Oak Room. Ladies drink free from 8 until 9. Thank you.
Hello everybody, here we are in the first of 2 matches tonight at the Cambridge Club in Toronto as part of the 2015 Cambridge Cup, sponsored by the Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Joining me tonight again is Mr. Graham Riding, a 3-time Canadian champion, former world #10, and a former world semi-finalist. And Graham, other than the matching outfits tonight, what are your comments on the 2 players, and how do you feel this match is going to go? Amer Shabana against Miguel tonight.
No, still digesting the coordination of these players. Nice to see. I think you got to give the edge to Shabana here. Just watching his display yesterday, he easily could have come out the victor yesterday. It was a very close match. He looked very sharp. I would say I'm going to give Shabana the edge, but Miguel's the man in form, and I'd say he's going to be fitter and faster than Shabana, so if he can make this a physically testing match, then that would be his opportunity.
And Graham, last night, both very good, very tight matches. The first match being Shorbagy and Miguel. Miguel came out really strong last night. And just, I guess at the end of the day, not enough gas in the tank to just take Shorbagy's pace and his physical presence out there.
Yeah, it seemed to be Shorbagy really stepped up his game in the 4th and 5th, just a little bit tighter. He was standing on the tee more during the first 3 games, so I think he looked a little fresher in the end. But it just seemed to show why he is world #1. He was able to raise the level of his game a little bit. Miguel just couldn't match it, looked like.
And then the other match, we had Shabana going down in 4 games to Gaultier, and again, Shabana really looked like he had that match in control for a game and a half or so there. And Gaultier, again, finished the games a little stronger and came out on top.
Yeah, I think Shibana would be pretty disappointed that he didn't win that match, because he looked very sharp, and it was I think it was only a couple of points difference between the third and the fourth game, so it could have gone either way. But you know, Gaultier, you need you can't give him any margin. He'll take it, and he took it last night. He had a couple opportunities in both those games, and he for game balls in the third and match ball in the fourth, he took them on the first attempt both times. So.
And nice to see him. I know the story here is he's been struggling with some injuries. Gaultier, that is, with sore Achilles sort of foot issue. And nice to see that he looks like he's back on form. And it's no small feat to beat Shibana, so he must be feeling pretty good about his body and his game. Yeah,
I was talking to him earlier in the week, and he was pretty honest about just the lack of match play he's had coming into this due to injuries. So. I'm sure he's pretty encouraged to be getting a couple matches under his belt and just feeling decent physically. And the Cambridge club is certainly benefiting tonight from having the world number 1 and world number 2 face off before they head into Chicago next week for a big Super Series event.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a packed crowd tonight here at the Cambridge club downtown Toronto. Looking forward to 2 incredible matches, this one being again the 3rd-4th playoff. Immediately following this will be the championship final. And Graham, tonight the strategy, again, these two matchups, what are these players going to be trying to do? First of all, let's talk about Shibana. His game plan against Miguel would be what, in your opinion, tonight?
He's going to try to neutralize the speed of Miguel with his ball control. He's probably not going to go short too early. If you go short on Miguel, he's pretty quick, and if it's not well executed, he's going to counterattack and he's going to hurt you. So I'm sure Shibana's going to keep the ball very tight, very straight, very deep. And look to sort of attack from the midcourt when he opens the court up, or when he forces Miguel to open the court up. And conversely, I'm sure Miguel is going to try to make this a pretty fast, open, physical game. Try to open the court up with boasts and drops and four-corner squash, and not get too stuck in the back and playing a rhythmic length game. So if he can do that, then he's got a chance to use his weapon, which is his fitness and his speed.
Okay, well, here we go. We are about to get underway here. First serve, love all in this 3rd-4th playoff. Really fun to see. I was able to see Rodriguez play in Montreal this year, which I believe he won that event. But really fun to see him here. I know a lot of the members that saw him play last night for the first time were just amazed at how quick this guy is, running corner to corner all match, and also just a real nice way about him. A smiley sort of guy. Looks like he's a real fun guy. I'm sure a well-liked guy on the tour as well.
Yeah, no, I've known him for a while. You know, when he came up, he's only 28, but he's really just been progressing through the ranks consistently every year, moving in the right direction. And this has been a breakout year for him. But he does. He's well liked in the tour. He's an absolute hero in the squash world in South America and Colombia in particular, of course. And a lot of it is just his approach to the game and his style. He's a flashy player. He's very creative, super athletic. So he's certainly a great addition to the top of the game.
And there, Shibana hits a cross-court drop and just clips the top of the tin. Miguel coming in 1-2 in his first game.
I have to correct you there, Dean. It's 2-all.
2-all. I'm sorry, I got confused by the shirts again, Graham.
That's all right. Just please try to not let that happen again, Dean.
I will do my very best. And of course, with the Pan Am Games here this year in Toronto, you'd have to say Miguel would be one of the favorites of that event, and along with some of the
The standard will be very high at that event. You're going to have Miguel, world number 5, or top 5, top 10 in that range. And then you're going to have the world junior champion, Diego Elias from Peru, who's quickly making a mark in the senior ranks, but he's only 17. He's going to be a strong contender in there. And then you've got some depth coming from Mexico. They got 3 or 4 guys that can definitely shouldn't be taken lightly. So you're going to see some good depth, and then you're going to have our own Canadian guys with Shihiro Razik and Sean Deliere. So as far as Pan Am Games go, it should be it's going to be a great event.
And Graham, a former champion yourself. You won the gold medal, did you not, at Pan Am's?
I did in '99.
99.
In Winnipeg, which was a pretty fun experience. But let's not talk about 2002. Okay. Check that. 4-2 Shibana.
Well, Graham, what a great shot there by Miguel, just slamming that ball straight down. Forehand drive, very tight to the wall and out of Shibana's reach. Well, Graham, it certainly looks as Shibana's doing exactly what you had said he would do. He's keeping the ball tight, deep.
Yeah, I'm sure
he's pretty basic squash.
I'm sure he's got a lot of respect for what Miguel can do if the court gets opened up too much. A little interesting fake. He did that on purpose.
That's the members' court there. That side wall of glass was the blue carpet. I know even the best players in the world, including yourself, when you used to train here, sometimes it's tough to see that ball. It gets lost in the carpet behind it.
We would always throw the towel down on the carpet. Then Clive would come in and
much to our delight,
let us know what he thought of that. Quickly remove the towel.
A rare ace.
Rare ace. You don't see that a lot.
Don't see that a lot.
Dean.
And with that, Miguel goes up to lead 6-4 in this opening game. Great drop by Shibana.
Beautiful.
Just sort of pushes that ball cross court into the nick. 5-6 first game. Graham, I think oddly, really Shibana, one of the few lefties really on the tour ranked at in the high levels.
Like Peter Barker would be the other one right now that has been in the top 10 for the last 5 years. But there's been a great history of lefties. Chris Dittmar, Peter Nicol, of course, Shibana. There's no shortage of strong left-handed players in squash hierarchy. There's that black hole.
Yes. And Miguel, 7-6 opening game here. A game where the 3rd, 4th playoff at the Cambridge Cup in Toronto. Little hold there by Miguel. And in talking, we've talked a bit last night at the match just about how the game has evolved over the years. Oh, what a get by Miguel there. Shibana really dictating this rally, and there's the volley down the wall for the winner. And another thing that amazes me is how few balls hit the back wall now as compared to even 5 years ago. These guys cut a lot of balls off between the back of the service box and the glass, where you used to see a lot of rallies up and down the wall, off the back wall, and it's just you do not see that as much anymore.
I think the score to 11 helps.
Great shot by Miguel there.
Guys can afford to sort of push up the pace and try to keep the sustained high pace and take the ball early. As opposed to playing at 15, they had to be a bit more measured about when they wanted to exert themselves.
Shibana with that classic forehand that a lot of players are so afraid of, and yet we are 8-9 first game. And really kudos to a couple of guys that. Oh, what a shot by Rodriguez. Mid-court, you see it on the replay here, and he just crushed that. Forehand cross-court, right into the neck.
Shibana, I would say a little bit scrappy and loose compared to what we know he can produce. I wonder if in the second game we might see him tighten up a little bit.
Pace very high here. Oh, what a shot. Just little trickle boast there. Took the pace right off that.
Seen Miguel attack a couple times here and just missed that offense, and Shibana quickly counterattack and ending the rally.
And we are still, Miguel still with a game ball here at 9-10. Good deep length by Shibana.
Again.
Oh, what a shot there. Oh, what a rally by Shibana. It's a couple of great balls to the back and bit of a hard ball double shot there. Graham, little Philly.
Let's be honest,
we call it.
That's gotta hurt Miguel's ego a little bit. Losing the point on the corkscrew like that.
100%. The Philadelphia, as it's known.
Willie Hosey in the crowd. Great Philadelphia.
Great Philadelphia.
Shot in the double
and just a great guy as well. And congratulations to him for winning the World 50 and overs this year over an old legend, Brett Martin, who Willie doesn't seem to age like the rest of these guys.
No, it's that healthy lifestyle he needs.
First game 10-all here. Miguel with 2 game balls there. Shibana really has dictated the last few rallies. Tight balls down
Both players
down
playing a little safer
wall.
this rally.
Both players just waiting for that opening. Good lob by Shibana. Oh, and he just caught the crack there, and it came out into the middle. Stroke to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez has earned himself a 3rd game ball. 11-10. Oh, what a get by Rodriguez there. Oh, beautiful rally. Shibana read that drop in that front left, push it down the wall, and
not your most traditional rally.
That was some good stuff, Graham, as they say.
Yeah, I got himself back into this game and he capitalized on it.
We are 11-all here. Both players looking for this first game. Good draw by Miguel. Tough first game. Both players really. Oh, and Miguel with a nice little head fake. Beautiful drop shot and just out of reach from Amr.
Miguel did a good job of getting Shibana moving around here. He's a tough guy to get off the tee and get on the end of a few points. But Miguel's figured that out so far.
Lob there. Very tough first game here. Miguel with another
little sigh of relief.
There's that speed we were talking about. Miguel he got to that ball, but he just couldn't quite get his racket around it.
12-all.
And we are 12-all of his first game. Long first game here. Good get by Miguel. And Shibana with that great drop set that up for himself. Cross-court winner. And now Shibana has got himself to game ball. And there's the first game. Shibana escapes. You see him there pat his chest. He knows it. fighting off, I think, four game balls there, Graham. And Amr Shabana has won the first game here for the third and fourth playoff at the 2015 Cambridge Cup in Toronto.
Testing.
Okay, we are back here in Toronto at the Cambridge Club for the 2015 Cambridge Cup third place playoff. Sponsored by Bank of America Merrill Lynch.
So, Dean, how would you compare this year's tournament so far to last couple of years?
Well, it's funny, you know, I think that surprisingly, we haven't had a sellout as we've had this year. I think this thing it's taken a few years to gain some momentum, particularly in the squash community outside the club, just because this is a very private club. Not a lot of people know about it. What a shot there. And each year the crowds get bigger, the support gets bigger, we get more sponsors. So, I mean, the squash has always been fantastic here, but the support both from spectators and sponsorship has definitely, it just continues to get better.
Yeah.
Oh, bad error there by Shabana. And I think just on that note, I think, you know, the guy that really makes this happen is the head squash professional here, Jamie Bentley, who really, he goes out and raises all the money for this thing to put on this show, really, for our members and others. And Shihir Razik, you know, a good friend of ours who has been instrumental in getting these players over here and playing in this event that they may not have on a normal occasion with, you know, a break in the schedule. So it's been great. We want to continue this and continue to grow it, continue to get these guys here. It's just it's a great thing for Toronto. And hopefully we'll inspire a glass event that we can get back here. I mean, I think that's Shihir's ultimate goal, and we all know how tough that is, but this is a good step in that direction.
I was walking around the Brookfield Place today, the atrium in there where the old Pace event was, and brought back a lot of emotions, Dean.
I bet it did. I bet it did.
Well, that was a pretty special venue.
Yeah, an incredible venue, which John Nimick ran for years. And just like that, Graham and I should stop talking about our stories so much, and before we know it, it's 5-1 here in the second game.
There is actually a match going on.
Great get by Rodriguez there. Shabana, I mean, despite
Shabana
being down 6-1, he's in control a lot of these rallies, and Miguel is just, there's one mistake he makes, and Miguel is capitalizing on it.
He's just not converting, is he? He is up 1-love, however. But
another
7-1.
And just like that, 7-1.
So does Shabana stick in here and try to get a few back and stage a bit of a comeback, or does he let this game go?
Well, I would ask you that, Graham. What
I think this is a critical
I
point.
would definitely, in my career, have thrown it in.
And now, 2-7.
But player of your standard, I don't know. I mean, I guess you want to save
I think at some
conserve
point,
your energy, but
at some point it's strategic to let a game go if the deficit's too deep. But I think Shorbagy, if he could get to 4 or 5, then he's back in. But I think next couple points is really going to be his opportunity. He hasn't given himself much margin for error this game.
And I guess also, even though you may not want to expend much energy, it's also that battle of not completely losing your momentum and being able to come back in that next game with some positive energy and some. It's so easy to lose that, right? Once you give that
And
away.
out.
No, absolutely. Miguel's going to get some confidence from this game as he'll come in stronger in the third. So Shorbagy's going to have to, I think, step in and extend a few rallies and try to change the momentum here.
9-2.
9-2 here. This quick, very quick second game. Great long guard by Miguel. Oh, what a shot there. Picks that ball out of the air.
A little bit of showtime.
Almost like a...
That never hurts, Dean.
I like that.
Not everybody has to be an epitome of professionalism like you, how you approach the game. You know, some of us
Thank you.
can appreciate a bit of showmanship.
Game ball 10-2, and I think there it is. Shorbagy really throwing those last few points away, and just like that, Graham, we are 1-1 here.
A quicker game than we would have expected.
Fifteen seconds.
Okay, we are back here, Dean Brown with Graham Riding here at the Cambridge Club, third-fourth playoff. Miguel Rodriguez versus Amr Shorbagy. Shorbagy with a very tough first game, back and forth. Shorbagy squeaking it out 14-12, and second game was over before you could blink. Really, Miguel taking it 11-2 in I don't know how many minutes, but it didn't seem like more than a couple.
No.
And here we are about to start the third game. We'll see if Shibana can get his mojo back, his momentum back, and return to his Game 1 form.
I suspect you'll see him respond. As we talked about a little bit yesterday, I'll just reiterate though, this is a great schedule this event has. We're going into Chicago next week, so or the players are. So I'm sure Shibana's going to want to get stuck in here and get a decent result here and give himself a little momentum going into a big Super Series event next week. If he can make his way to the court, perhaps got lost.
Might have got lost in that infamous sleeping room we have here at the Cambridge. May have grabbed himself a 5-minute nap or so.
Right.
Although probably not. There was probably somebody in there. Great crowd here tonight at the Cambridge Club. Following the finals, we've got a finals party with live music, and I'm sure a lot of these fans are looking forward to celebrating the conclusion of this event after the final match.
I hope we're not having an issue with Shibana physically. Seem to be limping a little bit coming on the court.
Yeah, he's grimacing, if I could say, but hopefully it's nothing. And
looked like he might have been getting a little bit of treatment back there, so we'll get some of our analysts in the background here to see if they can find out and get some information.
He's definitely looks like this could be his back, Graham. If looks like he could have. Let's see here. Certainly
He's 35, 36 years of age.
Great length there.
No, it's not looking good here.
He does not look good at all. He looks. He's definitely in some sort of pain here. Stretching out. Oh. Well, maybe he'll just, maybe this will turn into a shoot 'em up, win or lose quickly for Shibana, but he's, there Miguel just returns the favor. Shibana hit one off the serve, and
a little bit of a
next
grin,
point.
a little bit of a grin to boot.
Graham, and who did you try to emulate in your career? Who were the players that you looked up to that you tried to copy parts of their game or model your game after while growing
It's a good
up
question.
on
You know,
tour?
I definitely did a lot of mimicking. I wasn't necessarily trying to create or do things unique, but I would just a lot of people. You know, defense-wise, you know, I would look to.
Stroke there for Miguel.
You know, you look to Jontry, you look to Peter Nicol and how they absorb pressure, and they're great on the defensive side of things. Then you look at sort of the Chris Robertsons of the world and the Peter Nichols of the world and how they're great at counterattack. And then on the offensive side, you look at sort of the Rodney Martins and the Jonathan Powers and the talented players and how they would create a lot of time for themselves with the use of deception and taking the ball early. So I would just try to take a page from all these different people and try to incorporate into what sort of fit worked with my game. And I was I was definitely a bit more of a counter puncher and try to contain guys. So my style definitely more emulated the counter punchers of the game.
And we're 4-all here in this third game. Shibana looking like he was having some sort of difficulties potentially with his back, but it looks as though he's either warmed up or playing through it, but he's still some grimacing there from him. I hope nothing serious and he can push through this.
5-4. Looks like he's trying to assess how sore and mobile he is. Yet at the same time, he's actually playing pretty well, so he's keeping himself in contention here. So he's probably conflicted.
Oh, great counter cross-court drop there by Miguel. Shabana back on his heels.
Looks like a right hip, lower back issue.
Yeah, he's definitely not coming off the ball as strong as we're used to seeing him. Oh, great rally there, though, from Shabana, despite what's happening physically. Great backhand drop and an easy cross-court into the open court for the winner.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky for Miguel, too. It's always difficult playing somebody when you know that they're struggling physically. And you're trying to expose their movement, but at the same time, you can open the court up a bit too much, and they might relax. So it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. Put somebody away when you know they're having trouble moving.
Oh, good little fake there by Rodriguez.
Hand out, 7-6.
Fakes the forehand drop, and
Shabana giving him a little push. Not impressed.
I was supposed to do that to you.
A little bit of a
8-6 here, Graham.
lead opening up.
Hand out, 7-8.
Miguel's got to be careful. He doesn't want to let Shabana sneak this game. He's going to.
Oh, and they're just as you said, Graham, Miguel, maybe trying to force it a little bit, have the drop from the back to move him, and Shabana's hanging in here, 8-all. Another good get there. Miguel covering a lot of court this rally.
You almost get the impression that Miguel sometimes enjoys being on the end of the rally. It's almost like he's more comfortable chasing around after the ball than he is standing at the tee and dictating play.
Oh! Shabana tries to a little between the legs drop from the back, and
a couple of beers being ordered from in front of us here. That's sort of first-class service at the Cambridge.
Yeah, one thing you can always count on here is beers being ordered.
10-8 game
Game
ball.
ball for Miguel here, and there it is. Third game, 10-8 to Miguel Angel Rodriguez, winning 11-8. He leads 2 games to 1, and we hope that we see Amr come back for this 4th game. He's definitely struggling a little bit with his health, but we will see after the break. Okay, Dean Brown back with Graham Riding here at the Cambridge Club in Toronto for the Bank of America Merrill Lynch Cambridge Cup. We are in between games here in the third place playoff. Miguel Rodriguez leading 2-1. Amr Shabana definitely with some injury problems, as Graham, you and I was quite obvious in that the top of that third game that he was grimacing and struggling a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but he's getting some treatment in the back on his back. It appears.
It doesn't look too promising, Dean. He's got about half a dozen or 10 people surrounding him right now, and looks like he's going to try to come out here and give it an effort. But I wouldn't be surprised if, based on last game. So
here comes Shabana. He's definitely got, there's some issues here, but he's decided he's going to play. Always good to see.
Let's hope those Cambridge Club trainers did some magic back there. And,
yeah, you would have seen the clinic staff here, and hopefully they've got him at least able enough to move around. And here we are, fourth game. Rodriguez up 2-1, losing a tight first game, and then a quick 11-2 and 11-8 last game. And has picked up right where he left off, Graham, with a great backhand drop there, and up 1-love here in this fourth game.
Yeah, he's showing he's
Two-love.
certainly looking to expose Shabana's limited ability here. Couple of quick points to the front, trying to see if Shabana can actually cover the court. He certainly looks compromised.
Oh, he's gonna. He let Shabana off the hook there. Players having a little bit of fun this rally. Great get by Rodriguez, and Shabana driving the ball down the wall.
Great get and great ability to get himself back into position.
Shabana looking a little bit looser in the last few rallies. Moving a little better out there. Great get there. What a tough run. What a shot there. Miguel.
3-1.
Miguel certainly looks like he's having fun. He's literally smiling during the rallies, which is always a strange thing to do.
Always fun to see as an opponent, isn't it? But, I mean, great to see Shabana. I mean, he's competing at this level at his age, and still, I mean, not only competing, I mean, he's still on any given day can beat anybody in the world at his age. And it wouldn't be a crazy thought to think he could, if he can stay healthy, he's got even a couple more years in him.
Yeah, no, I talked to him yesterday. I think he's 35, turning 36 later this year, and he thinks he's got, after this season, at least one, if not two more years. Knock on wood.
Hand out 4-2.
You know, it's as much mental as physical, I'm sure, for Shabana at this time. Just trying to keep the motivation up to train and to travel and whatnot.
Shabana now based in Toronto. He moved here with his family in the past year.
I think he's enjoying it here. Hopefully his family is too.
Oh.
6-2.
And Rodriguez just digging that ball to the back and finding the nick as well, which added insult to injury there to Shabana. Rodriguez definitely sensing that this is his match, and he can just keep the pressure on, the pace up. And Graham, although, I mean, as you would know, all of these matches, I mean, this tournament is not for PSA Tour points, but all these wins count. I mean, if these guys face each other next week, and Rodriguez has had this win tonight, it's going to be in the back of Shabana's head, and it's going to be in Miguel's head too, that he can beat him, and all these wins are important.
Yeah, no, I think these guys certainly need to pick their time when they want to play their best squash, and those would be the Super Series events, and there's 8 or 10 of them throughout the calendar year. So a week building up to a Super Series event that's the time for them to try to get as sharp as possible, physically, and most importantly, just get their competition hat on. So this is a perfect opportunity for them to get match fit and to sharpen up their game.
Oh, great length there by Shabana. 3-8 here. Miguel trying to close this match up. Great drops, tight balls.
I think that was 4.
And what a lob! What a lob there! That is amazing ball control there. He flicked that tight drop off the wall.
Following a succession of 3 or 4 absolutely glued counter drops in the front left.
And a great drop there.
Little topspin there, Dean.
Little topspin.
A little bit of mustard on that one.
And here we are, game and match point for Miguel Angel Rodriguez, the Colombian cannonball as he's known.
Is he known like that, or did you just make that up?
I might have made it up. And there it is. Match to Rodriguez. He wins 12-14, 11-2, 11-6, 11-4, and he is your bronze medalist here at the 2015 Bank of America Merrill Lynch Cambridge Cup. We are going to go on the court now to the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Randall Klein. And we will be back preceding that for the championship final. We've got a good one, Mohamed Shorbagy against Greg Gaultier.
We'll start with the legend, bit of a back problem, hip problem.
Age problem.
I share the same conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough sport, and the way we train and the way we play, always maximum RPM. And I think I did something I shouldn't have done between games. I did the dog down stretch, and I think I pulled a muscle. When I was doing that, I was very tight. I shouldn't have done it. I should have done something to crunch, not to stretch. And I guess you never want to learn, huh?
Yeah, there's a yoga move that I'm not going to comment on about the. No, I'm not going to do that. My friend, always good to have you here. It's a ton of fun. You're creative. You're a legend. One of the best of all time. Just on behalf of the fans and the club and me personally, thank you for a great time.
Coming to this tournament since Shahir started it, it's been 7 times already, I think, or something like that. And I've been coming here at the Cambridge Club ever since the guys Graham and Jonathan and everybody was playing. And I think it's a great club, a great membership, and it's just an amazing experience through the years to come back here and still see the excitement, the intensity, and the amount of fun everybody has here. And thank you very much, guys, for hosting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mohamed Shabana. Thanks, Mohamed. Miguel, on this side, because we are streaming live to 58 million people around the world. So I have a question for you. If I gave you $30 million to promote the game of squash, how would you do it?
Well, I think I would put that money on the poor kids. I think that's something important. That's the way you have to promote the squash. Not only the private clubs, but I think there's a lot of people that want to play the squash, the kids, and maybe we can have another world champion in that level.
Or else, if that honor, it could be 120, I guess. Just an alternative. That is. It was a great match. Your speed on the court is unbelievable. Again, from 4 months ago, you were number 15 or 16 or 17, and now you're number 6. And what does the future hold?
Well, I think I'm enjoying more the squash. I'm playing more with the top guys. Playing with Shabana is always like a honor for me to play because Shabana for me is like the Roger Federer in tennis. And yeah, I've been working since 4 years ago in Orlando, as I said yesterday, with David Palmer, and it's been great. I have also a lot of facilities at home in Bogota, Colombia, where I train in the altitude. So those kind of things is helping in the game.
We hope to see you back here next year. You've been just a class act. Thank you so much. Miguel Angel Rodriguez. So ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching 5 minutes to 7. I'm going to say that we get back here in about 15 minutes, so 10 past 7, please. We'll see you then. Mr. Grégory Gaultier from France. Grégory first reached the #1 ranking in the world in 2009 and regained that spot again in 2014 by winning the PSA Super Series event, the Windy City Open and the British Open, and we're glad to have him back in Toronto. Greg, a couple of thoughts on strategy, tactic, taking down a kid that you've beaten a few times before.
Yeah, well, strategy I can't really tell right now. I will figure out during the match when I got to situations, and we'll see how it goes.
Very good. That would be my game plan as well. And now it's interesting because when you are attached to a sport like we are all attached to a sport, and you have the best player in the world, it's kind of a neat feeling. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Mohamed El Shorbagy from Alexandria, Egypt. Mohamed is a two-time defending champion of the Cambridge Cup and is the 4th youngest player of all time to reach the world #1 ranking. Mr. Mohamed El Shorbagy. Mohamed, good to see you again, my friend, at the ripe old age of 24 last month, and the world is your oyster. So now you're playing a very seasoned competitor, Mr. Grégory Gaultier. What's the game plan today?
I mean, normally you play Greg, he chooses his backhand side because it's so weak. He moves quite slow on court as well. But yeah, no, he's such a great player, and hopefully we'll give him such a great match for everyone. So.
Excellent. So now over to Mr. Wayne Smith, our tournament referee, and
so we are back here in Toronto at the Cambridge Club for the 2015 Bank of America Merrill Lynch Cambridge Cup. We have just witnessed Miguel Rodriguez with a 4-game victory over a struggling health-wise Amr Shabana to take the 3rd place playoff, but now we are in for a big treat. We are seeing the #1 player in the world, Mohamed El Shorbagy of Egypt, against Greg Gaultier, and a former #1 player in the world from France. And this, Graham, should be a really, really exciting final tonight.
Yeah, I got to say, Dan, I'm pretty energized for this one. It's not that often you get to see the 1 and 2 in the world go at it, let alone in a pretty close-knit setting like this at the Cambridge Club. All of a sudden, there's a bit of energy in the club. The last 10 minutes is, I think everybody's starting to realize we're hopefully about to see something pretty special here.
People filing out of our club restaurant here, the Oak Room, and making their way to their seats. And 2 great matches last night. Shorbagy beating Rodriguez in 5 games last night, which might have been a bit of a surprise. It went 5, but Miguel really pushed Shorbagy and just wasn't quite able to maintain the same pace throughout the 5 games. And Gaultier with a 4-game victory over Shabana. Greg's been coming off an injury, but obviously that's in the rearview mirror, and he's looking strong and ready to contest this final.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Shorbagy was sort of saving his best performance for the final and sort of hitting himself into this tournament. And Gaultier, you got to think that he's just getting better and better every match, arguably, because he's coming off a bit of a recovery stint after injuring his foot a couple of months ago. So I would imagine we're going to see a pretty tight, somewhat tense first game as the players try to feel each other out and get themselves comfortable and into their tempo and flow. But there won't be any shortage of pace in the first game, I would imagine.
And the old boxing measure, the tail of the tape. I mean, it's got to go obviously to Shorbagy. He's a big guy and moves incredibly well for his size. 24, 25 years of age. I believe Gaultier's got 5-6 years on him, 30, 31. But a lot of experience in the Gaultier camp, and this is not a match where Gaultier by any means is out of it. And
no, absolutely. And last night, actually, I just asked Gaultier, I said, so what is the head-to-head between you guys? And he wasn't too impressed with the question. He's like, come on, man. He's young, man. I've been playing for a long time. But I suspect that Shorbagy's...
And then what was the answer? 3 for him, 1 for me?
Maybe we'll get our guys out in the van to look that one up for us. But I would suspect that Shorbagy's got a couple wins over Gaultier in the last year or so, and that's really what matters when you're 24 years old and you're the world number 1, and you're only moving in one direction.
Gaultier, having been number 1 himself a number of times over the years, and really quite recently in the last year, he's achieved that status. He's very, very strong, very fit player. Graham, you were saying last night, probably one of the fittest players on tour, even at the age of 31.
Yeah, he's a real thoroughbred. You know, you just look how strong he is and how balanced he is when he moves around the court. He's extremely powerful. So physically, he's got all the tools. There's no question, and he's extremely talented. If anything, he sometimes lets himself get pushed back in the court a little bit by these bigger guys or the guys who take the ball a little bit earlier. So if Shorbagy's able to impose himself and get Greg behind him, then Greg could potentially do a bit more work than Shorbagy, and that could be the difference in the end. But.
Well, here we are, the first rally of this 2015 Cambridge Cup final. Number 1 and 2 players in the world. Pace is incredibly quick right off the get-go here. And Graham riding, I assume, that as he would do in most of his matches, Shorbagy is going to really try and impose himself physically out there, take a lot of space, keep the pace up.
You can see him already. He's pushing up. He's taking a few balls short already. He's trying to find his feel and his offense early. In the first rally.
Gaultier with a great little drop. Great get by Gaultier. And what an opening rally this is. This is what people have come to see. Tough first rally.
Physical first rally.
And out of court. Well, Graham, I can't say this for you, but I'm in an ambulance after that rally.
Yeah.
That was tough.
You can tell these guys are feeling it as well, Dean. So your fitness level might not be that different than the 2 guys that we're seeing on the court here.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
2 love.
Shorbagy with a quick second point, 2 love.
Shorbagy really has a great ability to attack from the back of the court with those kill shots. He seems to take it in fairly fearlessly, almost as frequently as he'll hit a length. He'll take it short and attack and try to create that first bit of offense.
Players cutting that ball off before it gets to the back wall, keeping the pace high, getting on the ball very early, both of them. Oh, and Gaultier with an opening there, but clips the top of the tin.
Shorbagy really opening the court up here, not showing too much concern over giving Greg some good looks at the front of the court, but playing at an extremely fast pace.
Shorbagy, a very big man for squash standards, but an incredible mover. Reads the game very, very well.
Hand out 2-3.
A uncharacteristic, unforced error there by Shorbagy. Gaultier coming in, 2-3.
He just seems so hungry, Shorbagy. He's constantly pushing forward, constantly looking to attack and take it to his opponent.
And And Graham, I don't mind saying it's nice to see both players not in teal and white in this match. I do prefer. I do like the.
Yeah, it was looking a little concerning how coordinated that last match was.
And I think that deserves one more comment later in the match.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, absolutely. We'll bring up the baby blue later.
Great length there by Shorbagy. And a beautiful counter drop by Gaultier, pushing that ball in the front right corner.
A little bit of an ass tap with the racket.
Putting him,
nothing wrong with that.
Graham, this is a family audience.
Apologize. Kind of.
5-3 Gaultier here, first game, 2015 finals.
6-3.
A little bit of a racket clap that time.
Gaultier having early success with working that front of the court with drops and
couple errors, couple of counterattacks. So see if it causes Shorbagy to maybe tighten up a little bit, or does he keep the offense coming?
And Graham, we talked yesterday about just the emergence of these great Egyptian players, both on the Pro Tour and really in the junior ranks as well. They're dominating in all areas. Are there specific clubs that these guys are all come out of and coaches there that are a big factor, or is it just really the sport of squash in general in Egypt? These players are coming from all different clubs. And
yeah, there's sort of, my impression is there's probably half a dozen, maybe 10 sort of key clubs that they're big family clubs. They'll have 10 to 15 courts. They're heavily focused around juniors. And they'll literally have, the under 13s are at 3 o'clock, the under 15s are at 4 o'clock, and they just bring in different cohorts of kids. They all train together, they all compete fiercely together, and then they hang around after their session and they watch the generation above them compete. So there's this great culture of the older kids passing on just through osmosis what they're doing to the younger kids, and then the pros passing on to the top juniors. So everything's filtering down really well, and they just have so much depth and so many juniors and so many great athletes that are choosing to play squash in Egypt, whereas in Canada, and we have to compete with our great athletes with hockey and a lot of the other sports. But in Egypt, the good athletes, they go into soccer and they go into squash, and those would be the top two sports.
And we talked last night about Mohamed Barada and his involvement in getting the game off the ground in Egypt. And I mean, you'd have to say also these glass court events. There's a bad error there. These glass court events that they have in front of the pyramids in Giza, and kids growing up in Egypt seeing these really magnificent venues and coverage, media coverage around, has to be a factor too. And
yeah, no, these things don't happen overnight. This is sort of what we're witnessing here is 10, 20 years of culture in Egypt sort of breeding. And don't forget, Egypt had a lot of great players back in the 50s, 60s, 70s as well. And then it went through a bit of a lull, and then it really came back in the early and late 90s with Mohamed Barada, and then Shibana came through, and then there was a whole generation behind them that really...
Ahmed Fazi,
world junior champion. That Shibana always used to lose to year in and year out as a junior. So this is what we're seeing now. We're seeing 20 years in the process of a lot of things falling into place probably in Egypt. A lot of funding, a lot of professional events, a lot of juniors, a lot of national team support, probably some decent coaching, and then just some great athletes. Can't take anything away from those guys.
Well, we're seeing one here in Shorbagy. But Gaultier is containing him incredibly well in this first game, taking an 8-5 lead. He's forced some errors out of world number 1. He continues to work Shorbagy to the front of the court when he has an opening. see there.
Now,
And another error from Shorbagy.
9-5.
Seems to me, Dean, that I'd sort of describe Gaultier's game as a bit tighter on the ball control side, a little bit more finish and polish to his game, but not quite as explosive and offensive as Shorbagy. Do you agree with me on that assessment?
I'm not going to argue with you, Mr. Riding, but there's players having some banter over a call. We don't have the instant replay in squash, and
And out, 6-9.
It's great to see a replay from our guys in the van. Hopefully we can get that message down to them.
tough to see from the replay there.
The word we're getting is that the ball looked good. Thank you, Jeff, for that piece of advice. Unfortunately, we couldn't get you the clip, but we'll see what we can do in between games.
And that ball clearly out. Shorbagy clawing his way back into this first game, serving 7-9.
7-9.
Shorbagy seems to be finding a bit more of his groove. No, and another unforced error. As a very famous member of the club, Mr. Morton Yollis, walks by me.
A little bit of heckling in the background.
Never been a Scaramouche. This is the man that owns it.
Start. 11-7. Game Gaultier.
And
Gaultier leads
there's the
20-12.
first game. Graham, some uncharacteristic errors from Shorbagy, some patient squash from Gaultier, a couple of nice little drop shots, and just like that, we've got the first game over here. 11-7, Greg Gaultier. We are in the finals of the Cambridge Cup.
Gaultier leads 1 game to love. Level.
We are back live here in Toronto for the Bank of America Merrill Lynch Cambridge Cup. Dean Brown here with Graham Riding. Number 2 ranked Greg Gaultier winning the first game in convincing fashion over the world number 1 and number 1 seed Mohamed Shorbagy, and has started where he's left off. Graham, a great little forehand volley drop there to take the first Shorbagy, though, with a bit of a lucky, even at his level, that's a lucky shot from the back of the court.
Lucky, but showing some great last-minute ability to adapt to the situation.
And down 2-1.
First game seemed to be just a game of errors, really, Dean. I think Shorbagy probably put 5 or 6 into the tin.
And there's another one.
3-1.
He
4-1.
Gaultier is clearly in control of this match, and Shorbagy is just been forcing his shots a little much. He's been just a little uncomfortable so far. Still early, and Graham, I know he's one of those players that once he gets some momentum, he's like a train that's going to be hard to stop, but So far, Gaultier has done just that, and he's kept him at bay, and he's really been in control of this match.
Shorbagy's not showing much interest in dragging these rallies out. He's going short almost as much as he's going long.
Oh, what a shot there. As Gaultier throws his racket at him. Climbing up, beautiful touch.
Shot of the tournament so far.
Shot of the tournament.
3-4.
Mr. Brown. A little bit of a racket abuse there. Nothing wrong with that.
2-3 here.
It's an interesting matchup, given Gaultier is arguably one of the better movers and counterattackers in the game. So he arguably matches up pretty well against Shorbagy, who just wants to go short a lot. Whereas
And Shorbagy seems to be finding his range here. Winning the last 3 points to go up 4-3. Definitely great drop by Gaultier. And a poor cross court there, right on Gaultier's racket. An easy volleyed into the open court for the winner. Bringing Gaultier back to level 4-all.
Gaultier showing some excellent ball control so far. Not many errors. Very accurate straight length. Counterattacking very close to the wall. We got a pretty good display of containing the world #1 so far.
Certainly has. Oh, and what a shot there by Shorbagy from the back of the service box, flicking that wrist. Great cross-court nick, winner from the forehand side.
Shorbagy looking a little tired there, Dean. Is he putting it on, or is it has he come out a little bit too fast and he's paying for it now?
You wouldn't think that first game it definitely. And then he definitely guessed right there. Gaultier putting the ball right on Shorbagy's racket for the winner. And the world #1 has taken the lead in the second game, having lost the first. Gaultier up 1-love in games. 6-5 second game.
And out 6-0.
Shorbagy looking for the straight ball there that didn't come.
Tough. Shorbagy really forcing the issue a little more now. Paces up a little bit. A little slow getting to the tee though, Graham.
Yeah, he's looking a little tired here, Dean. I think
doesn't have the pop in his step that we're used to seeing. And Gaultier with a forcing a ball. Bad
7-6. Is he close enough to the end of the game here that'll give him enough incentive to push through? Pace is very high, Dean.
Good get there by Gaultier. Little hold by Shorbagy. And another 10 by Gaultier on that backhand side. A few more errors in this match than we're used to seeing at this level.
Gaultier's going to be a little bit, got to be wanting to get those last couple points back. He's physically had Shorbagy on a pretty vulnerable spot. Now he's letting Shorbagy get close enough to 11 here that he's probably going to have some incentive to push here. And try to play through his physical discomfort right now.
Shorbagy guessing right again. That's
9-6, right box.
2 in a row. And that's do or die there. But he's guessed right both times, and he's taken a slight lead here in the second game.
Hand out, 7-9.
Both players being tested physically here.
Gaultier coming in 7-9 after that return to serve winner. And then
Beautiful
another
shot.
cross-court nick from the backhand side.
2 timely winners. Got himself right back into this game.
Oh.
9-all.
And Gaultier winning down 6-9. Now we're at 9-all. And not that it's insurmountable, but if Gaultier takes a 2-love lead, you got to think it's going to be very hard for Shorbagy to claw his way out of this.
Yeah. Very unexpected turnaround from 6-9 to 10-9 very quickly.
Gaultier controlling. And a great forehand drop there by Shorbagy. Little straight drop.
A little bit slow to come out of that corner, Dean. It looked like he jammed his foot a little bit.
And we are 10-all in this second game. Greg Gaultier winning the first.
A lot of people on the edge of their seats right now, Dean.
Well, whether you're a Gaultier fan or not in this crowd tonight, I'm sure at this moment you are cheering for Shorbagy. I mean, people want to see more squash tonight, that's for sure. And Shorbagy with game ball here at 11-10. Gaultier really working that front. Oh, and another 10, just clipped the top. Gaultier really, Graham, working that front right corner relentlessly, it seems. When he's got an opening, he's going there a lot.
Yeah. We've also seen Shorbagy put in a couple of good counterattacks in the front right corner. He's extremely quick. Both these guys, you just can't afford to miss going short. You know, they're on it too fast and they're too offensive and dangerous. They're going to punish you.
Oh, great get by Gaultier there. And there's another unforced error from Gaultier. Gaultier moving to 12-11 and has another game ball. Shorbagy with a very careless return of serve on game ball. He is now down 2 games to love here. Greg Gaultier up 2-love against the world #1 Mohamed Shorbagy in this Cambridge Cup final.
Gaultier leads 2 games to love.
We are back here in Toronto at the Cambridge Club for the finals of the 2015 Bank of America Merrill Lynch Cambridge Cup. Dean Brown here with Mr. Graham Riding, a former world number 10 and Canadian champion. Graham, this is not what we had expected to see tonight. Gaultier has really been in control of this match.
Oh,
great opening rally.
Are you kidding me?
Shorbagy really. Oh, and what a shot there. A top spin, straight drop from the back.
And out, 1 love.
That's one of the better shots I've ever seen, Dean.
Great shot by Shorbagy.
That literally that eclipsed the shot we called out earlier.
And out, 1 hole.
It was a badminton inside out roll
Something.
over the thumb.
That was a something. But as we were saying, Gaultier has really taken his game to him in this match. Shorbagy looking physically just a little tired out there. Whether it was his 5-game match last night, it certainly looks as though Greg is firmly in the driver's seat here, up 2 games to love.
Yeah, you know, after watching Shorbagy last night, he looked pretty comfortable with that 5-game win over.
Good drop there.
Miguel.
From
He looked like he was quite adept at handling that fast pace that those guys put in last night. 5 games and finished very strong. So I'm a little surprised to see him showing some physical vulnerability.
3-all.
And Gaultier sensing it. 3-all. 3rd game. Gaultier up 2 games to love against the world number 1. And some incredible shots by Shorbagy. Oh. What a get by Gaultier. Oh, and that was 3 or 4 fakes before he hit that. Boom. And Gaultier swinging behind his back, but no idea where that ball was going. As we say, call him a taxi, Graham, on that one. He had no clue where that ball was going.
You don't see that in House League, Dean.
4-3 Shorbagy. And the crowd really starting to pull for him. They want to rush here.
When it's this good, how could you not want it to go 5 games?
But another ball into the tin. Gaultier sensing 4-all. And Shorbagy with a lucky lob in the back. Just he caught the nick in the back corner.
Some pretty short rallies here, Dean. Neither player showing much interest in extending the points. Oh, we got it.
Oh, he got the ball. Oh.
He looked like he gave up, and somehow he managed to get one more shot in.
It has been a very quick match. We're barely half an hour into this match. Gaultier, very comfortable to play these rallies out. Finds a nick on that cross court. And Gaultier now up 6-5 here, and 2 games to love in this Cambridge Cup final.
Shorbagy does a great job of using a lot of spin on the ball. Not your traditional technique, that's for sure.
He is attacking the front of the court at every chance he gets.
And out, 6-all.
And he has leveled this 3rd game up at 6 points. but just not Graham
7-6.
following up those short balls. They're winners, or
Well, that's the
Greg is
problem.
very easily counterattacking them for a really easy winner. He's just not.
That's the problem with that attack is you really do need to follow it up. And you just can't afford to miss it.
Oh! And that could be the shot of tournament. Through his legs and straight into the neck, cross-court drop. What a shot that was from both players.
No head movement.
Hand out, 7-8.
7-8, Shorbagy. Constantly attacking the front of the court. Gaultier able to, for the most part, contain these
Hand out, 9-7.
bursts of offensive greatness.
Out.
A poor error there by Shorbagy and Graham.
10-7.
We are, just like that, we are at 10-7. Match ball for Mr. Greg Gaultier.
A little bit of a mental lapse, and Gaultier very close to being the 2015 champion.
Good length by Shorbagy.
Has Gaultier won this event before, Dean?
I don't believe he has, Graham.
Runner
No.
up a couple times, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't believe so. I think this will be his first Cambridge Cup title. 10-8. He's got 3 match balls in front of him.
Yeah.
Shorbagy.
19.
The crowd urging Shorbagy to 9-10 now. And Shorbagy clips the top of the tin. And the match, just like that, is over. Number 2 ranked Greg Gaultier with a convincing victory over the world number 1 Mohamed Shorbagy. 11-7, 13-11, 11-9. And Graham.
See Randy Klein ordering the players to stay on the court. They are not allowed to come off. You got Jamie Bentley hoisting up the impressive Cambridge Cup. It's about to make its way onto the court.
And we are going to turn this over now to the Master of Ceremonies, Randy Klein, on behalf of myself, Dean Brown, and Graham Riding and the Cambridge Club. Thank you for supporting this event. And we will now go courtside.
So the number 1 and number 2 player in the world, and they're getting ready to go off to Chicago, I guess, for another big PSA event. We've got some junior guys. Where are the juniors here? Can I get all the juniors that have been banging around here? You're not a junior. Can I get these guys to come into the court? Because to me, when I was growing up, I looked up to a guy by the name of Rod Laver who won a couple of Grand Slam tennis tournaments. And to me, these guys get inspiration from these guys, and that is what sport is all about. So can I get your names? What's your name? James. James? James what?
Flynn.
James Flynn?
Michael.
Michael what? Michael Greenwood, John Greenwood's son. Jack McMaster. Where's Earl? He's not here tonight. Is Earl's wife here? Because she'd get free drinks in about 10 minutes. Very good. And so it's a first and a last. Alexi Gaultier. Very good. All right. So I need all you juniors. Maybe you guys can stand over there. I would like to get a comment from Mr. Shorbagy. Mohamed, now your night tonight?
Greg played really well, and the pace was too fast for me today. And yeah, I think it was a great match overall, and I'm really happy to be back here again. Thanks for everyone and for inviting me for a 3rd year in a row. Always have such a great time here, and it's sad I didn't win it for a 3rd time, but hopefully I'll be back next year and maybe try and win it one more time. But I'm just really happy that I was back here again. And thanks to you guys, and I really look forward to be back here again next year for sure.
Mohamed Shorbagy. We're on TV. We're streaming to 58 million households. I'm just going to bring you over to here. And right there, my friend, and the key to victory, you didn't tell me the strategy going in, but what worked and what didn't work?
Well, still not going to tell you, because I don't want you to improve your squash, to be honest. Well, maybe there's still no chance you can still improve at your age, but I just hope you've been watching well. The best way to learn is to watch.
Sounds like a good plan. So you guys take note of that because my knees are done. So at this point, I would like some people to join in. I would like Mr. Dean Brown, General Manager of the Cambridge Club, to come on in the court. Mr. Jamie Bentley, our tournament chair. Mr. Shahir Razik, our tournament director. And Mr. Robert Keane of Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Over to Mr. Razik. Over to Mr. Razik.
Where is he? In the bar.
Well done. Well done. Here we go. Jamie, we've got the trophy, and Mr. Grégory Gaultier will be on that one. Next inscription. And maybe, Dino, just to save a little time, because I'm not sure where Mr. Razik is, I'll pass it over to you. Thank you, Mr. Dean Brown of the Cambridge Club.
Cheer, come out wherever you are. No. Everybody, I'd just like to thank, on behalf of the Cambridge group of clubs, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out to this event. The crowds continue to get larger. The outreach of this event, we're now, unfortunately, you guys have to go to Burlington and places like that now, but this thing is reaching out further and further. It's becoming more widely seen, this event, and we had a number of glass court events in Toronto for a number of years, and I think that obviously the fans of Toronto would like to see that come back, and we feel this is a step in that direction. But having these guys in your own backyard is an amazing thing, both for the members of this club and for those of you who have come to watch. So a huge round of applause for all of you for coming, and obviously these players today. Without this, the sponsorship of this event, this couldn't be possible. But before I thank the sponsors, I want to just pay tribute to the gentleman that raised all the money for this thing, and that is our tournament director and head squash professional here, Mr. Jamie Bentley. Jamie, congratulations on all your hard work. I assure you, in this day and age, and raising this kind of money to do this is very difficult. But thanks to the support that we have from the members of this club, that makes it all possible. So I'd like to just say a few thank yous. Obviously, our title sponsor, who have been at this 3-4 years now, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America. They are the title sponsor. Cooper Mediation, Vance Cooper, who's a member here, and if you don't know Vance and you ever come here for breakfast, he's the only guy in the dining room that's wearing a robe. That's Vance. The Cambridge group of clubs, our clubs have been a big supporter behind this. Obviously, this club hosting 4 matches, and the Adelaide and the Toronto Athletic Club doing so as well. And the Sheraton Centre, who are our partner and have provided rooms for these players complimentary. I'm not sure you know, this is the busiest Sheraton Centre in North America, so squeezing rooms out of these guys is not always an easy task, but they're a huge supporter of ours in everything we do. So thank you. There are other sponsors, obviously, as well, that have made this happen, both here and at all the other venues. But those are the biggies, and thank you very much for your support, and a big round of applause for them. I am now going to turn the mic over to hand out the hardware to Bob, if you want to come up from Bank of America Merrill Lynch. He is going to, first of all, present the finalist check, who, sorry, finalists, you're probably not used to that a whole lot, but to Mohamed Shorbagy. We know where Shahir's gone. He's got all the money. Everyone, your 2015 champion, Gaultier.
Yeah, well, I'd like to say a few words before giving the mic to Shire, who just appeared right now. So, yeah, obviously everything's been said, but I would like really to thank everybody here who's been involved in the tournament, the sponsors, everybody turning up every night for the games. It's a wonderful week for the players as well. Yeah, you guys make it really comfortable for us, and it's always a pleasure to come here and play squash. And it was a pleasure also to play with the sponsors. You made us work a bit too hard in the morning, so it was tough to play at night. But yeah, at the end of the day, thanks so much for your support. Thanks, Shire, for putting up this event. It's a tough work, and I know how much it means to you to always try to keep on making the event, and hopefully we keep on going next year. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks all the sponsors, the conductors, and all the other clubs as well.
Thanks, Greg. Sorry for the delay. I was down at the bank trying to show you guys out, so apologies for that. Those last two games went by very quick, so I'll catch it, the replay though, on the live stream there. Greg, congrats. I know it's been a few years. You've been trying to win this tournament since 2006. Yeah, he's been coming here, and you leave 3 times finalist, so congratulations for making it. Mohamed, well done. I think this is the first undefeated match you've had here, so hopefully you'll come back again and try and regain the title next year. Big thanks for Bank of America Merrill Lynch for coming on board again and supporting us, and all our sponsors for really believing in what we believe in, and making this event happen every year, and hopefully you'll keep supporting it in the future years and make it bigger and better. I want to thank the players for coming out, not just you two guys, but all the other guys. They're actually playing at other venues still right now, and hopefully they'll be back for the party and the celebration. A few key individuals to thank. Obviously, the Cambridge Cup team, Jamie Bentley, the heart and soul of the operation, and then behind the scenes, Randy, Dean, thank you guys, and our media coordinator, where is he? Right here, Johnny Madruga. Thanks a lot for all the reporting. New addition this year, Josh Canoe and his station over there. It looks really complicated, but it does a great job. Our commentator, Mr. Graham Riding, and Dean Brown. Thanks again for coming out, and everybody for coming out and supporting the event. And hopefully you'll come back again next year and join us. The referees, thank you for your support as always, and we'll see you guys in the bar. Thanks.
Thanks, you. So everyone, thank you again for your attendance here tonight. Please remember how great these players are, and hopefully we can count on your support next year. As she here says, there's going to be an event in the bar. We've got live music and drinks and all the stuff the Cambridge Club is known for, as you know, so make your way in there. And last but not least, let's give a round of applause to Mr. MC Randy Klein, who has done such a good job. He's into it, and I'm telling you, after a couple of drinks, ask him to do his slow motion Roger Federer forehand. He does it better than anybody. Sorry, the backhand. But thanks again. It's been a great event, and we appreciate all your support. We look forward to 2016. Thanks very much.